Hello everyone, it is time for a little status update. Well, I have been working a little bit hard here on my second Ascension, or it's gonna be third. I have ascended... I can't count. It's 2.5 at least, so I have ascended some few times. But basically I want to show everything I've done so far and what I'm planning to do forward. And I have also been taking screenshots of everything I've been doing now, so if I sometime in the future get the time, I am hoping to make an Rebirth Guide 5 actually. One that could be good for both the first one and with Ascension, and also I also have to think about when somebody play alone or if they play on a OK server or if they play on a super server, because it's very different depending on who you can play together with and so on, right? So, but basically, I am on my, it's gonna be my third ascending, I think. Yeah, so as you know, I had full on the first on gold, which I do not recommend. So look my video for what you should select the 7 first ascending. I have a video there under Rebirth Guide 4. But I had 2 here, so I then on my second one, I took 0.9 on metallic and 0.1 on shiny luck. I didn't need to have so much shiny luck because I have so much gold from before. For my next one, I'm actually planning to get even more on metallic and a little bit in giant luck and a little bit in shiny luck. I'm gonna go quite all in metallic luck for my third one as well. So that's basically what I'm planning to do there. For my exotic score, it's already going quite fast up here, so yeah, it's amazing how fast that is going up. And as you remember, I selected the clone pet, and I do not regret that at all. It's been super fun with all of these clone and metallic, but not only that, I'm getting a lot of ingots and so on. I'm gonna show you that very soon. It's a lot of benefits, so this is really underrated pet. For my third ascending, it will be very tempting to get this one, but also it's very important is this damage here, bonus here that you get, right? So I want to get one more pet because it gives so much damage bonus. Like these are giving like 69,000 for me, and that's like 15% or 20% more damage. So I want to get one more. So that is definitely the next one I'm gonna go for is generation speed, because that's gonna help tremendously from 10,000k. When I get 10,000k after my third ascending, that's gonna help tremendous on against generation speed until I get into groove, right? And it's keep on helping, and that's also gonna just be like working really good together with the clone pet here, and also together with the egg luck. It's gonna help me get much more faster those stones, but also metallics and ingots as well. So that's basically everything for up here. And also basically just to confirm what I have said in one of the other videos, this pet score luck is, yeah, it's decent. The shiny stone luck is not so very good, right? The reason for that is that you cannot, even though you take more there on it, you don't get it before you have started to upgrade this one here. And as it costs 100 QN, it becomes 2 weeks. So actually maybe the cost on this here should be lowered to balance it out, or not having it as an adding, but have it as a plus like the pets is, because then you can have it from the very start and so on. But from the very start it should be really low then, since you can get 1,000 ingots for one of these. Else inside of the mining area here, I haven't been putting on anything yet. And as you can see here, I haven't been upgrading anything inside here at all. I have been going all, I haven't even got this one. I only got ascended the last egg here, so that I have the best ascended egg here, so I get more stones. So it's quite important to get those 100 metallics. As you can see here, I have 138 now. You see I have most of those stone here. And then I have started to get some up here. I already got 1 titanium here. So as you can see, this is the metallics I have got so far. I guess I have gotten at least 10 times clone and metallics. So it is helping tremendously. The biggest one was 4 times. And you can also see here over on the side here, I already got 57 ingots. That's way more than I had at the same time last time I was here. So yeah, here is a little, oh, sorry, lawfully chaotic, I didn't mean to do that. She's lying on the ground. Okay, so I haven't been doing anything in here so far, and I think I'm gonna try to go really all in for building up the metallic lock, and so that I can get really much the metallic. So in here, so I haven't been putting any points into the giant lock here, but I got a little bit of this runestone during the double weekend, because then we put pets in all area, and also I have access to several servers, so I can also go there to get a little more. I put the most into metallic lock here, as I go all in for metallic. 101 upgrades totally here, out of 200, so I half the way there. Egg lock I put a little bit in there, 32 upgrades there, and 64 upgrades in shiny lock here, and 52 in gold lock here. So not too many of the up on these yet. It's not the most important, but the 2-time weekends gonna go for getting more of these. You get this much faster later on when the gold income is really high. Yeah, polished metal is as before. Get it when you have got your first metallic, and basically this metallic here I use once a day now, and I then go in here, put on common eggs now, and then I go in here on my research, and I have this setup here where I have metallic here and metallic here. Basically most important is metallic and cloning for me, so that they get as many metallic as possible there when I go for metallic hunt. Else, when I don't go for the metallic hunt, I go for this upset that is here, where I have gold, clone here, shiny, and the more income. This is very good actually, because I'm playing with really good players. And then gold and cloning and egg lock here, and stones, qualification lock I mean. And then I have qualification lock here and clone, and then egg lock there, and stones here, and then I've got some extra, and those I'm putting in shiny, because it's quite important to keep grinding those shiny all the time. That's increasing your gold income and so on, and it's really helping there. But that's not the main here. It's getting the stones, it's the most important. And then also this clone here is good. And also why this is good, because when I'm taking the up here, I basically have most here. I only missed this one ascended here. I can't get that one, but I do get a lot of titanium ingots out from this. My metallic lock is now at 0.013, so I have done 130 upgrades. Is that correct? I think it's 130 upgrades I have been doing then. It's up to 125k in stones, and this one I try to keep equal to the clone lock, because I'm going for cloning, and that's one of my strategies there. When you go into, by the way, here is standing at the moment on the server together with Gravy, Mikael, Legal Chaotic, Leonard, and also Willow here on this server here. So in here, of course, I have the wall upgrade here, so max that I did for a long time ago. Actually, it's quite funny. Immediately I opened this here, I could max this one to 200 and the other magnet quite fast, because of that 2-time gold I have. I get so much gold at 2-time gold weekends and so on. You probably saw that in the stream. For the shiny lock, I've gone up to 2.8 here. And basically I'm gonna be waiting here. I'm just saving money now after I got 2.8 here. So actually saving gold for when I'm gonna start with giants. And then after, when I get giants, I get much more gold income. It's gonna be much easier to get in there. At the moment, this is so high cost, it's just gonna eat up those gold like nothing is happening, and very little up here. So basic 2.8 is what I'm going for there. Then I'm gonna go through in here, what you're gonna see here, and this one is, yeah, this extending here is quite, I have this on 100%. I'm gonna go into the reboot cave at last here and explaining the order, but when you're playing on a server like me here, where we have a lot of good players in there, and if you have decent good players, it's very important to get this upgrade. You know, I normally say upgrade all wall upgrades equally, okay? That is actually for the beginning, but or if you play for yourself. If you play for yourself, this one is equal to the gold upgrade we're gonna see later on. But when we are playing with many other players, this one is way more important than the gold upgrade. So this is quite important to get fast up in there. And then we are in here in the mine area, in the mountain area, I mean. So basically, the only thing I get in the mountain area very early on, you can see that on my rebirth, on the live stream where I did ascending, is to get rare earth and prosperous ground quite early. So they will help me because I have quite good, you can see here, if we go badges, and you can go see my exotic is 560, so you see 5.6 plus 1 is 6.6, right? So basically that is because that is important. These two upgrades here, I'm waiting with until, and also this one. This is completely off, and at the same time as I also doesn't take any of the exotic here. I don't accept them, I keep them off. I keep them off actually until I can upgrade all of these completely. So that is a little bit when it will be a little bit after you get your first metallics. A little bit after you get the first metallics, and when you are upgrading the automation area that is over there to maximum, then it's a good time around there. It's a good time to upgrade this one, go and take all of these exotic here, and then also go and get this, all of these upgrade this here. But this one is costing quite heavily, so I think it's 10,000 you have to use for it. And then this is not so expensive, but you need to take in at the point activate all of these when you have 10,000 or 11,000 free to use on this, and that's going to be a little bit after your first metallic there. Then we have the submarine. I normally use this shiny now when I'm doing like here. You see I'm actually using it now just to get even more shiny, and as you can see on my stats here, when I do shiny I have 1 in 102 here. Basically else when I am in here, I'm just gonna go and check something. When I use the shiny lock I have 1 in 102 now. When I have my metallic lock and my metallic build on, I actually have 1 in 9,717. So it's actually super good already because of that extra 0.9 there. Magnet, basically just get it up to max here as fast as possible as you can do it. Especially when you do ascending, it's very important to get the magnetic up. That is the most important, so that you can get from other things. This is most important when you play together with a really strong player or other players. If you play for yourself, this one is still quite important, but then the other wall upgrades like the speed run and the gold and so on is more or less equal. That you can use the old rules that I have in my Rebirth Guide 4, okay? But magnet is super important. Speed is of course on maximum here, and I can also show you what I have on gold. So on gold I actually have here 442, and you see I have stopped about right 33, so it's about the same cost that I have on the shiny. There is like, it's costing too much to upgrade this now. I'm just gonna keep this now. I'm gonna save all of the gold to when I start with giants, and when I have a full giant team, then I'm gonna start upgrading these things more again, right? When I have spare gold when I'm hunting giants. So not so important for that yet here. When it comes to leaderboard here, I don't know, I haven't checked. I am 2.8, right? 2.5 I mean. So I had to go to 2.5. So I am probably, I was 700 and something. And I am now, oh, I'm 598. So I have gone up like 150 spots or something like that now. So that's not too bad for someone who doesn't play 24/7, but I have actually played it quite a lot lately, much more than I did for some time back. So it's quite fun to be back and play collectible pets. So if you have a break on collectible pets, I just recommend you to start over again. Then basically, what did I do in all this area here? The first was of course cheaper egg, extended damage, and go to get this extended magnet range, right? Quite important to get that one. After that, just get a little bit in gold here and get a little bit up on this egg lock here. I'm gonna come with how much and so on later on the Rebirth Guide 5, but You don't need to get everything up, but at least more than 7% here. 8% is quite important. It's good, but it doesn't cost so much to get 25 on that one. When you have got, and then also remember to put a lot in speed. Speed is super important. I operated that really fast, now, much faster than in my Rebirth Guide 5. Its speed is very, very important. But again, if you're playing without any others on a server, what you're standing in Rebirth Guide 4 is quite spot on what you need to do. But the better players you play with, the more specific you need to be to play with. And if you're medium players, it will also be quite close to when you are really good players on there, right? So I'm operating this. And then later, one thing that is important to get is the extended drop rate, because drop rate is so important when you play with many other. And maybe 1 point in this one here, and so few points in this one here, and so few points in this one here. This one is not, you don't really need to have it at this point, because you don't have that much shiny score. So that comes a little bit saying later. And after that, it's better just getting all of these here, because the 2 to 3 first rebirth after ascending, you want to get a lot of stones, right? Look at the stream I had for my second ascending, and how many stones do you need to have. It's actually shown there. But you need to get these ones here, and then basically, you see here, it's not so easy to get up here always. And then get this one here, because that is important for after those 2-3 first rebirth, you're gonna do many fast rebirth, right? And then you need to first get a little bit in this one and build it up to 25. Okay, so that is also, you could of course get the spurt lock. It's helping you a little bit, but again, it doesn't help much before you get a little bit more shiny score. I also try to enable the lab as fast as I could, and I think I could take up 2 or 3 level here quite fast after rebirthing. And also I also took the cloning up quite early for me, and so on. But then you have to wait for the recursive cloning and metal cloning. You have to wait a little bit, because after you have got up those things in here, the most important, you will be close to 10,000 pet score then, when you are taking what I've said to now. And then basically maybe, yeah, it could be that at some point, it depends, you maybe can get these one to get cheaper eggs up here, but I think I got that later on. I got 10,000 pet score before that, and when I got 10,000 pet score, I actually, because I have super good income, I only bought the prodigious one, right? Because you get the common egg when you buy the machine, but I only bought the prodigious one. So I saved 250 for the prodigious one, and then I had saved 300 and a little bit more. I think I saved over 1,000 stones. But you need to have 100 to open this one, 100 to get automation station, and 100 to get generation station. And basically an upgrade of this one here, I was using the same formula as in Rebirth Guide 4, right? So I'm taking the metallic cost here, and then 1/10 of that from this one, and 1/20 of that on this one. When this one is close to maxed, it's another situation. Then you will go on, I actually work on this. When this is maxed, I don't upgrade the metallic. Then I greatly try to get this of 1/2 of this cost here. So it's not going to be 120, it's going to be just half of this one. So you upgrade these two in that pattern, that the cost of the upgrade is going to be 2 times more expensive than it's here. Okay, so you just keep that balance there in the end and get this to the maximum. And this is at when the cost is, I think it's around 10,000 on the metallic there. So it's kind of more important to get these up, because this is going to help you get more stones, and you don't really need to have metallic early as this, right? These other ones I bought really late. It was later on when I was going to start and do these, you know, if I take this up here, this task here where you want to collect some eggs and so on. And also, as I'm already starting with more of these upgrades here in the lab points, I don't really need to go too hard on all of these things here. I'm gonna wait with all of these upgrades here to later on when I get a giant team. Then it's gonna be easier to take all of them And also, I also did wait with collecting shiny to not so far ago, and then I took that to get more points. But this collecting 2,500 egg, I haven't been focused on that yet. And 200 eggs, I haven't been doing that. I could of course do that, but in a way I have more than lab points enough for what I should do. And that basically, if you're borrowing one day, you can take a little bit every day of this. Then you will get those additional points. It will of course help a little bit. After that, you can try to get this expert lock here. You can try to later on when it depends on what the cost is. Cursive cloning is quite good because it's getting you a little bit, helping you getting more stone, and upgrade this one only when it's kind of needed. It depends on your stone lock when you want to upgrade it, because this goes tremendously 10 times up in price every time you upgrade it. So it depends actually on when you need to open something to get a big benefit there. I hope I can explain exactly when I make Rebirth Guide 5. So basically when we go back then, I would then be upgrading this to maximum. I would definitely be upgrading this to maximum way before. Actually, when I do all of these fast rebirth, I will getting this to maximum before you get 10,000. So I forgot to say that. So get this to maximum way before 10,000, and after that you can get this one up to maximum as well, and you can get this one up to maximum as well. And also 2-time weekends is quite interesting, because if you put your pets out everywhere, you get a good gold income. Then it's important to get all of these upgrade up here, because this is helping you tremendously to do these quests and getting rune stones, or just getting all of those quests done a lot in the 2-time weeks. So it's no point to get these before you kind of have good enough income, so the quest is starting to get fast, and then you can get these, but reduce the quest cost by 50 and luck 25%. It helps tremendously. So then you can have this, and you can get this one here. I will put some few points in this one. This is not so important anymore if you are on a really strong server. A little bit more important if you're playing alone, but I will be waiting to max that one. Instead of that, I will start maxing this one here and start maxing these two here at the same point, these three here, and then when you can, I would enable this one and go back maxing this one here. So these 4 here is about at the same time. Then I would go over here, I will get golden hoarder at some point, and then I would try to get mega drop rate first, then mega damage, or maybe actually mega magnet. I actually noticed that you don't really need mega magnets, because it's not going to be much people over on this left area. It's not going to give you much income. But if you are playing alone, it's also not so important. This is important when you play together with other players. The before first ascending, this is quite important, because you're probably going to play with players that is also in this other lower area. But if you are from mountain and up, you don't really need mega drop rate. Then you need mega damage before, and then mega drop rate. And then this is, and at the point where you are at the same time, you remember in the cave over there, when you are first, let me see here, I'm pressing a little bit wrong here, when you're gonna enable exotic. So at the point when you a little bit after you got the first metallics and so on, gonna enable exotic, then you will be buying these 2 here, so you can get it right up to 3 times on the wall there. And then also, yeah, you will probably make sure that you have all of these somewhere around there, and yeah, and then get this one to maximum. So basically, I think I took everything then. So this is basically what I've done and what I'm planning, and also for planning forward, I'm really going to try to for metallic, trying to get all of the common metallics, and when I've got all of my common metallics, I'm gonna start hunting for giants. And when I have got a full team of normal giants, I'm gonna go for all uncommon metallics, then giants, metallics, giants, metallic, giants, and metallic. Then try to complete metallic, all of it maybe. I think maybe when I have a full giant team, I probably maybe gonna go for metallic all the way. At least I'm not gonna go for metallic before I almost has the metallic score to maximum. So basically I'm gonna be running a lot in this one here and only go for metallic now for a good time. Only gonna go for metallic that 1 hour a day I have for double boost. And then I'm gonna go for stones and just build up my metallic luck tremendously, because I want to get that to maximum as fast as possible, and then I will start to get the giant up at maximum, because as I see, my gold income is actually good enough at the moment. So it might be change for you if you have a little bit lower gold income than me. Maybe you have to go more for giants first, like I did in my previous ascending, but at the moment my goal income is tremendously high. So yeah, basically, so that is, I think I talked about everything. If you have any other questions, just come with them. So basically I will come back here and start grinding for getting more shiny score, metallic, and yeah, I can maybe just go through the last one. Total damage 484 at the moment. I could press equip best here. Actually, it's smart to press equip best, because sometimes as I'm changing now to getting the mythical and ascended up here, they actually doesn't appear before you take equip best, so it's not equipping the best all the time apparently. And exotic is here, so quite okay damage. When it comes to shiny score, I have 1,050,000 at the moment. I have all of them, and as you see, I soon now have more mythical than prodigious one, and soon, not too long time, I'm gonna have most mythical. Metallics 138, no giant at the moment. When it comes to the stats here, as you can see, I have on the beginning at almost 2.5 million here. Score goal is quite a lot, so I'm waiting for getting 10 million to get max here. Quest I still have a lot as before. Oh, we have a reset of the server. I'm just gonna reconnect here. And that is working actually. This you can see when we just press reconnect, it's actually good. I do come right into the server again, and that's quite good. That's why you can have this, use tiny task, right? This is a bonus for you that are still watching the video. Make a tiny task that is pressing a lot up here, and then goes down and press on this area where you see I have my mouse on the side here. This is something I learned from some of the good players, that is constantly on, and then pressing up here again and so on. You can also press C and so on in additional, but that can help you staying online. Sadly enough, there has been a lot of this ID 17 fault lately, but I have made a video for that as well, right? So you can take a look for that. So let's go back here. And then drop rate is, I have still 2 levels. I have soon 1 level more up there, but that would just greatly go up by itself. And destroyed is on maximum there from there. Rebirth, I do wonder if I really want to just try get over 2k this ascending, just for fun of it. I think so, maybe. But I'm going for 2,500, actually not really worth it. But maybe I should try to do a little bit additional one, because maybe in the future it is important to get it to maximum. Shiny score, as we say, it was quite high. Exotic is at 561 million, is quite high already. So this is just gonna go crazy high. 138 there, and 0, and 2 in Ascension. So I'm on my 3rd Ascension now. So I'm gonna get more pet luck there. So my pet score is gonna go more up there. On my stats here, gold, I have over 1,000 in temporary gold without double weekend and without boosters. And my shiny luck is in 2 and 4, but that is with the build I have now. So I can get one in, with the best I can have 1 in 110. We saw that for a short time ago. It was 102, I think. Metallic was best, is 1 in 9,717, and my damage is okay. Drop rate is okay here, and lag luck is okay. But you can see my clone luck is 7%. It's 2.5% higher, or maybe 3% higher than most would have at this point. It is actually helping tremendously, and I really wonder if I can manage to get this up to 10 this Ascension. That's going to be really fun to see if I can do that when I really start the metallic hunt here. And qualification luck is 142, 52 here at the moment. So that's basically everything. So I hope this is helping you a little bit. I put this also on Rebirth Guide 4, but I hope that I get the time for the future, and maybe I think I have an idea for how to make the Rebirth Guide 5 so that it can like be adaptable for everything, but I'm gonna do my best to try to make that. So have a really nice day and a good weekend, and I'll see you soon again.